there, and welcome to this, the greatest podcast of all time, a show where anything and everything can happen. If by anything and everything you mean listening to three mates bicker about absolute fucking twaddle. This week, as always, I'm joined by two of my closest acquaintances, Vinny and Michael. And just before we hear all about their interesting lives, just remember that if you like this show, which statistically some of you must because you keep coming back, why not think about giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, or at least a review, preferably a 5-star review, and we'll read it out on the show. Or give us a cheeky follow on Instagram. Or if you're fucking minted, give us a $5 on Patreon, which we use to pay for stuff like Canva, so Michael can make the social posts, Hindenburg, so we can edit the episodes, and even Premiere Pro, so video can do the Vinnies. So Vinny can do the videos.
Also, if you're absolutely minted, maybe a little bit more than a $5.
Well, yeah, give it more.
At least 100, at least.
Yeah, minimum hundo, mate.
Hundo K.
A tonner.
Now that's done. How have you been? It's been a while, both of you. We took a week off last week of recording because Vinny was a bit poorly.
Yeah.
Still a little bit poorly, so mind the coughing and the blow nose, but I'm much better. Thank you, mate.
Good.
Nice.
Kind of disappointing that you didn't, croak it.
Yeah, same to be
Finally
honest. I was really expecting that, but
Looking forward to it.
yeah. I guess
What a
I
way
have
to go. Die of a cold.
Imagine dying of a cold. Some 90-year-olds watching this, like in their deathbed, like dying of a cold, like
Little bastards.
little bit.
But talking about people croaking it,
Oh yeah.
my partner called me a psycho today. She was like, "You're fucking something not right with you," because I put the rest of Saw on while we were trying to eat our dinner. I was like, I gotta finish. I was like, I haven't been able to finish it for ages. There's only 20 minutes left. I just want, it's the bit when he's gonna cut his leg off. I want to see the end. I want to get to the end. And she was like, "What's wrong with you? This is like the most horrible, torturous film ever. You got problems." And I was like, "It's not real. It's not horrible. It's just whatever, innit? He's not actually cutting his leg off, like."
No, you are a psychopath. That is psychopathic behavior.
That is weird.
Because I was watching it the other day. It was probably 4:00 in the afternoon. I was like, "Seb, is it weird to be doing this?" And he was like, "Yeah."
It's weird. You can't be watching Saw in daylight. That's weird.
But I like
horror
it.
movies in daylight's a bit strange, I think.
But
What made it really
I'm trying
weird
to get
was
through
you were
'em.
wanking. That is what made
I
it
wasn't
weird.
wanking. I'm trying to watch them from the beginning, even though I've seen the early ones quite a few times. I'm trying to watch them from the beginning because I haven't seen a couple of the newer ones. And the thing is with the Saw movies is they're actually really good. I genuinely really like them because no, it's not just about people cutting their own legs off and shit. It's the mystery of the detectives.
It's about the slaw.
It's the detectives, it's the twists and the turns, and it's this person's the killer, and then it fucking goes back like 3 movies, and it reveals that the guy who escaped from there, and that turns out he's the killer. You're like, holy shit! Like the mystery around it is really, really well built. The plot is really good, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking not remember or get it all wrong if I just go and watch the ones I haven't seen. So I'll start all over again.
God,
Yeah,
imagine
exactly.
watching a Saw movie, you don't understand the law as he's hacking his own leg off.
Exactly, because I like the Saw movies for that reason. They're good movies in that respect. They have a good plot. It's not just about people's heads being ripped apart.
I think
That's just the bonus.
You sound like one of those people who watches pornography for the plot. That's exactly what you're describing.
No, I definitely don't do that. But I do watch Saw for the plot.
you fast forward through the gruesome bits. It's just like 20 minutes of plot.
I'll admit, I do like the gruesome bits as well. They are entertaining, but I do watch it for the plot.
You put it on like slow-mo when it's the gruesome bits. You take your time with that shit, you little fucking psycho.
You little bloody bastard.
But it's not real. I can just disconnect. I'm not like, oh, he's cutting his leg. Oh, that must be so painful. I'm just like, this is not real in the slightest. It's fine.
I can't do that, and I almost don't want to because I don't want to ruin that. Like I watch films and I get really engrossed, and like once I start going like, oh, it's not real, I completely lose. Like it's like the illusion breaks. I have to buy into it.
But I'm not like that with every film. Maybe it's just Saw because I've seen Saw. I've seen them a lot, like quite a few times. So maybe it's just Saw.
I used to be like that when I was like 16 because I used to be way too rational for my own good, and I'm like how Mork is now. I'd just be like the whole time I'm just like, well, this is fake. That's fake. They're actors. That's a scene. That's special effects and all that. But It's boring. I don't really like watching films like that. I want to get engrossed in it, so I kind of lost that slight rationalism, and I like it now because I do get a bit scared from scary films now, which is great. It's the intended effect rather than just being like, yeah, I've seen this before while some guy's fucking hacking some like child down.
Why child?
I don't know, I was thinking something gruesome, edgy.
Something really bad.
Some little kid getting hacked to pieces.
Some bloke gets his head split in half and you're like, it's only a bloke though.
Just caramel I wank.
Yeah.
Anyway,
enough about Saw.
Yeah, well, on that note, I think we should probably crack on. Unless anyone's got any interesting anecdotes, I certainly don't.
Goat Saw movie one day. What we're saying?
Saw one.
Well,
Saw
Top
one.
3 Saw movies.
Saw one's the only good one.
Saw one. Yeah. No, it's not the only good one, but it is probably the best one.
It's the only
Swan,
decent film.
Stwu, 3, and
Saw 2's good.
I like Saw 30.
There's only 10, Vinny.
When are they going to make Saw 30?
Hopefully they will. Think how
gonna
deep the law will get at 30.
After 10, they're like, because they're definitely going to keep making them because fucking it's Hollywood. Why not? It's just going to be, it's going to go to Saw again. You know what I mean? Like, like Rambo 4 was Rambo. Because like after a while, it's like they're getting the numbers getting too big. Let's just do a soft reboot. It's Saw again, and then the next one will be like Saw 12 and make everyone super confused.
I'll fucking hate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, yeah. On that note, I guess, transition. Speaking of grotesque videos,
yeah,
I'm going to start this week with a question. What's the difference between an internet sensation and an internet personality? I honestly don't know. But here we are, with yet another excuse for Mork and Vinny to dredge up some absolutely rancid shit from the depths of the internet. I don't know what we're about to listen to, but I do know one thing for sure. At some point, I can almost guarantee that Mork or Vinny will give a graphic description of something going up someone's arse.
Mine starts with that.
Mine actually has got no anal, unfortunately, this week.
What?
No. But in case you hadn't read the title, this week's topic is the greatest internet personality, a relatively new phenomenon. Obviously, since the internet came about, since the internet has existed, there have been internet personalities to some degree, or internet celebrities, some might call them. I also found today there's a list of there's like tiers of what makes you like. So like from a certain number of subscribers or followers, you're a minor. Then you're a minor influencer, then a micro influencer, then a macro influencer, and then a mega influencer, and then a celebrity. You don't get to celebrity.
Of course, that's how the internet works.
You don't get to celebrity until, according to Wikipedia, until you've hit 5,000 followers on a given platform. No, 5 million. Sorry, 5 million followers.
5,000. Fucking hell, that's low.
Imagine if they did that in real life. You're on like, I'm a celebrity, get me out of it, and it's like, this year we're actually going to call it, I'm a micro influencer, get me out of it, because technically none of these guys qualify as celebrities. Yes. It's such an internet thing to do, to tier list their own people on there.
I mean, yeah, imagine gatekeeping your own influencers.
Who would you say is the first internet personality? Like, because I don't think it'd be someone from the 90s, like really early internet. Like, it'd surely be someone from the 2000s, surely.
Would it not be like...
Cape Newell?
I don't know.
What was the guys who did the Anarchist Cookbook? I know that's a bit rogue, but first...
Anarchist Cookbook, what is that again?
What about like some of the sciencey people?
Well, like Vsauce.
Well, I was thinking like Bill Nye or something, but they were more on like video. They weren't really internet.
That was he was on TV. It was like a TV.
Yeah. What about?
Apparently, it's some Turkish bloke.
Is the first ever internet personality
called Mahir Kagli, and his picture-laden personal homepage, which exploded in which exclaimed in broken English his love for the accordion, travel, and women was visited by millions and spawned numerous fan sites and parodies.
Right.
Fair enough. If he's got fan sites, fair play.
Interesting.
The site was included on PC World's the 25 worst websites.
Brilliant.
That's an accolade.
25
worst websites.
He also said that the character of Borat was based on him. Which it wasn't. Yeah.
He said that himself.
Because Borat came out in 96 and he wasn't famous until 99, so that's bollocks. Anyway, it's some Turkish bloke. Fucking who cares?
There we go.
The point is, which one of you internet personalities, which I guess we are personalities on the internet.
Yeah,
we would be like whatever is below, we'd be like plankton level.
Amoeba level, yeah.
Bottom feeders.
I'm a fucking shark, mate.
Nah, you're one of them like dopey looking sharks.
You're a beautiful shark, mate. Don't listen to him.
He's suddenly fucking cyberbullying me again.
Anyway, in all sincerity, who would like to tell me about their internet personality first?
I would. Me, please.
Do you want to go first?
Fuck off! You do this every week.
I'd like to go
every
first,
week.
But Mork said him first, so I don't mind.
All right.
Thanks for not being a cyberboy.
Craig. No, all right.
Craig's not even here. Fuck Craig.
And yet he still is above the pecking order than you. Okay, Mork. Just this once. You go first. You tell us about your internet personality.
Okay. Hello, I'm Mork, and I'm the greatest internet.
Here it is.
Let's go. The switcheroo.
The old switcheroo. No, greatest internet personalities. Well, there are millions to choose from. There's fucking loads. And there's some pretty big characters on the internet, like Chris Chan, for example. PewDiePie, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Mr. Beast. All very big internet personalities. And there are a couple of things that they all have in common. One of them is YouTube. They all have a big presence on the biggest video platform in the world, which would make sense that all of the biggest personalities on the internet have a big YouTube presence. And the other thing that they all have in common is that although they have fans in the millions, and they also have their faults, critics, and excuse my language, they have their haters. I fucking hate the word haters, but they do have haters.
Hater. That's what's really interesting.
I'm not a hater.
You are such a hater.
I'm just full of hate.
You love to hate.
Yeah. I love to hate, but I'm not a hater.
Absolutely.
Don't call me a hater.
You're a player hater.
You're a master hater.
But they have haters because the internet is a very divisive place. You can't please everybody, right? But let's just talk about objectivity for a second. Because I think it's important.
You've lost.
It's important to be objective.
Seb, remember, objective.
Just because Jake Paul is a total bellend doesn't mean that objectively he's not an enormous internet personality. We're not talking about the greatest internet personalities who are really nice and lovely on tonight's episode. That's not the title. It's just the biggest personalities objectively.
If you
I
will kill myself.
I want you to remember that when I reveal my pick. Just remember objectivity.
Okay, so can I want to just clarify some things. So you're going in, you're already prefacing this by saying that I am going to hate the person you picked.
Not necessarily. I'm just saying be objective, because everybody on the internet, this is what I'm trying to say. Everybody on the internet is a big personality. They all got dirt. All those people that I named, they've all got a little bit of dirt on them, even Chris Chan, right? And that's all I'm saying. You've got to be objective when you pick an internet personality.
I'll tell you what, this is going to shock you. If you scrape deep enough, you will find some stuff on Chris Chan that is going to freak you out a bit.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. You've got to be objective when you look at anything on the internet, because it's always got its, like, the other side of the coin, right? But my pick was incredibly easy to pick. And they are, without a doubt, in my mind, the biggest personality on the internet, and they're a huge global figure in general. And of course, my pick tonight is your boy KSI, or ABT,
say really,
or how he's known nowadays as just KSI.
Are you joking?
Yeah, really? No, I'm not joking.
Oh fucking hell!
It's obviously KSI or ABT.
It's not.
Now, don't say it's not. Oh, stop that.
All right, carry on.
Right. I hate to do this. Genuinely, I hate to do this. I hate to do this and be a massive hipster, etc. But I have actually been watching KSI and been a fan of his since very early on in KSI's career. And I want to say that I found this channel and I subscribed to his channel when he was about 100,000 subscribers, which is a lot. It was quite a lot back then. So not super early, but way before he was like a massive YouTuber. But he did have 100,000 back then, was like a million nowadays.
I feel like he was
still quite big.
I think he was like still the biggest FIFA YouTuber back then, right? He was
potentially, potentially even with that much. But what I'm trying to say is, I've known about KSI for a long time, not just picked up. But I've been a fan of KSI for a long time. And in the early days, KSI was a FIFA YouTuber. He would post FIFA gameplay, and he really started to gain attention on the internet with his more like comedic videos. So when he kind of moved over from FIFA gameplay to like his face and doing some comedy stuff and making a bit of a laugh out of it, and especially the ones surrounding Heskey, he would always take the piss out of these football players on FIFA and either call them a beast or rubbish and make raps about them. And his exciting editing style and explicit language kind of started to gain him like a huge amount of subscribers, and his channel was really starting to explode, hit into the millions. And he would also include his brother Deji and his parents in his like comedy skit videos, which are like now live. He's moving to like now like a live performance kind of format rather than just doing FIFA stuff. And all this kind of content would start to become a lot more frequent, and he was starting to kind of diversify what he was good at and what he would post. And he would also collaborate with his brother, who is a YouTuber as well, a massive YouTuber and a big internet personality. And they would like play games together, play scary games together, and all kind of this shit. And it was also kind of around this time that he would start to collaborate with a big group of British YouTubers and friends. Some that he knew from school and some that he knew from his local area and some that he knew from online. And a few of these guys are Simon Minter, or Mini Minter as he's known, Ethan Payne, Bazinga, Vicstar123, Harry Lewis, Tobe Jizzle, and Josh Bradley, known as Zerka. And in 2013/14, these guys formed together to create the first and the biggest YouTube supergroup called the Sidemen. The Sidemen name actually comes from the fact that a Sideman is someone who kind of like follows somebody else around, or is like they're kind of like their bitch or something. Like, you guys are like my Sidemen. You like follow me around and like do all the shit I would do, like you're my bitches. And in the Sidemen,
not a fan of that. Not a fan of that at all.
I don't subscribe to that one.
Yeah, and Mini Minter said that this was why they chose the name, because basically they just followed KSI and he was like the biggest, so they were kind of piggybacking off his success and his personality and everything. They were like his sidemen, so they became the Sidemen.
Oh, like how like D12 would always joke around being like, yeah, we're just Eminem's band. Like that's the
like the band. I'm the lead singer of the band. Yeah, exactly. They're kind of like KSI's band. It's a super group. They are actually all on equal level, but they're like, that's the joke. We're the Sidemen of KSI basically, because he was enormous. Now, KSI's early YouTube content would also include like comedy rap videos, like I said, about FIFA, and these would all gain millions of views. Even when he was 100,000 subscribers, these would get millions of views. And fast forward a few years later, and a huge amount of success later, KSI's career would shoot into the stratosphere with an amateur boxing fight with fellow YouTuber Joe Weller. Now, Joe had like a friendly boxing fight with Theo Baker, who's another YouTuber, which he won And I think it was posted on Instagram or something. It wasn't big or anything. But subsequently, KSI challenged the winner to a fight. He said, I'll fight the winner. So he challenged Joe Weller to a fight. And rather than this being a small internet fight, this fight would be on a massive scale. And although this was an amateur fight, it's just two guys meeting up for a fight, basically. It's totally amateur. It's just like if me and Seb had a fight at a random boxing gym. Same thing. But rather than that, just doing that like low-key thing, it had a full-on press promotional tour, just like a real world title fight. It had press conferences live, and it was held at an actual arena, the Copper Box Arena, and in front of 7,500 people live, and 1.6 million people would watch it online, which is enormous numbers. Like the UFC nowadays struggles to do 1 million pay-per-view buys on there.
Was that 1 million pay-per-view, or was that 1 million actual viewers?
I don't think it was pay-per-view. It was on YouTube, because this was before you could judge it. But still, 1.6 million live viewers, which is massive.
Yeah.
And it was probably the biggest amateur boxing fight in history at the time. KSI won, obviously. But not only that, not only did he win this fight, this would kickstart something much, much bigger. Now, with all the history out of the way of KSI, let's talk about actually what makes him the biggest internet personality, with all those little building blocks that I've just described. Well, personally, his personal channel has 24 million subscribers, which is a pretty impressive number. It's one of the largest. It's a lot for an individual on YouTube.
I thought it'd be way more.
The thing is, he doesn't post a lot of YouTube.
It's like over 200 million. I thought KSI would be like pushing 100 personally.
Well, he doesn't post that much YouTube content anymore because he's diversifying. He's doing other things. But 24 million is still pretty big.
I mean, yeah, it's huge, but I don't know. I assumed he'd be bigger. But yeah, sorry.
Well, he's got 24 million on there, which is an impressive number. But he doesn't, I wrote in here, he doesn't post regular YouTube content anymore there. But he does appear in Sidemen videos most weeks. And the Sidemen channel also has 20 million subscribers. So across the two channels he's mainly involved with, he's got over 40 million, around 45 million subscribers.
There is a massive overlap between them, absolutely. So it's probably about 20 million, actually.
Yeah, probably.
Let's not inflate the numbers here.
Fine. But his personal channel has 6 billion views in total, with the Sidemen channel having over 5.5 billion. Which is quite a lot. I mean, that's enough views for everybody in the whole fucking world. And the Sidemen, they also have a massive clothing range. They have a vodka drink. They have a food chain.
A vodka drink.
Yeah, they have like a vodka, their own alcohol.
That's a weird way to put it.
These are just all like the little businesses.
A vodka drink.
A vodka drink.
What are the vodka
Like you can buy Sidemen vodka. They have like a food chain that it's not in Devon, obviously. I think in London you can get you can order Sides, which is the Sidemen fucking fast food on Uber Eats or whatever. And they've also hosted a few charity football matches at some of England's best and biggest stadiums, including the Olympic Stadium. And the crowd is always at maximum capacity, sold out every single ticket, with tens of thousands, like 60,000 fans in the stadium watching, and millions upon millions of views on YouTube. Some of the biggest, so by numbers, these are some of the biggest football games in the country every single time they do it. And it's just YouTubers and the Sidemen kicking a ball for 90 minutes with Premier League referees, full commentary, everything. And they generate hundreds of thousands of pounds. I think they made 400 grand for charity, the last one they did, or something crazy like that. Massive numbers. So the Sidemen are fucking huge. And KSI is the keystone of the Sidemen. Now, let's talk about his raps. Right?
We have to.
As we know, it all started out with football raps, Heskey being a beast or whatever. But he's since transitioned from that to being a UK #1 album artist. He has a UK #1 album. He has 8 UK top 10 singles. He's done 3 stadium concert tours. He has performed at Reading and Leeds Festival. It or not, I don't particularly like his music. I'm going to be honest. It's not for me. But like it or not, let's be objective. He's a genuine charting artist. He's competing with some of the biggest stars in pop for actual chart places in UK and worldwide music. That's fucking bonkers when he started out rapping on YouTube about Emil Heskey on FIFA. That he's a genuine artist. Anne-Marie, Chainsmokers, Youngblood, Tom Grennan, Lil Wayne have all featured with KSI with music. And these are actual full-time career artists. A fucking big jump from spoof raps to some of the biggest festivals in the world. And then we get onto the boxing thing. Well, I was actually lying when I said that the Joe Weller fight was the biggest amateur boxing fight in history, because it wasn't. That title belongs to his next bout, which was against Logan Paul, and the fight did millions upon millions in pay-per-view buys and sold out arena. I think the Staples Center in LA sold out. And the result was a draw, thankfully. So they could do it again. And they did even fucking more. But this time with a twist. This was a licensed professional fight. They were professional boxers at this point. No head guards. Professionally licensed by an official body. Proper referees. I've still got 10 minutes left.
No, sorry. You've got 5 minutes left. I was trying to say... I was saying you've had 10 minutes.
Right.
That's very confusing.
Yeah, that's really confusing. I was going to say, fucking hell. I'm nearly finished. So licensed pro boxers, no head guards, and KSI managed to fucking go one step bigger. He managed to beat Logan Paul in that fight. Fucking battered him, mate. But what would spark is something which has genuinely taken over an industry. Sparked from this fight, genuinely, they created their own sport, KSI, and it's taken over the boxing industry. It's in fact bigger than boxing at this point, and that's influencer boxing. Everyone is doing it. Celebrities, Instagram stars, YouTubers, fucking everyone is doing some form of internet influencer boxing events. I saw the other day some fucking random guy who was on X Factor and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here has just headlined the first ever celebrity MMA crossover event. He beat the shit out of some fucking Liverpudlian comedian. They're even doing MMA. All big sports promotional people are now trying to kind of get away from actual boxing and actual fighting and just promote celebrities fighting in a professional setting because it makes so much fucking money. And this was sparked by our boy KSI LGBT. So
what's his name?
It's
KSI
so good.
LGBT.
So his name is KSI, which is it was his Halo clan tag, but he seems to think it meant knowledge, strength, integrity, and maybe the clan tag did stand for that, but I don't buy it.
Knowledge, strength, integrity.
Yeah, Olajide is his name.
That's his actual name.
His name's Olajide. Yeah,
Olajide.
Olajide Olatunji is his name.
Olajide.
And then BT stands for British Telecom, because I think he said on his PSP account, he just KSI Olajide BT was already taken. Fuck knows why. Or Olajide was taken. I don't know why. And so it said it like recognizes in the UK and suggested he put BT for British Telecoms at the end. So he just did, and then he just stuck with it. That was it. It's not a very big, yeah. He explains it in his first video that he does with his face, but yeah, that's his name. But influencer boxing is so good. It's so fucking good that it vastly outsells the biggest boxing fights right now. Like a YouTuber boxing fight will massively outsell the boxing world title fight by double, triple, nearly. No one gives a shit about boxing unless it involves celebrities. Objectively, like it or not, I'm on the fence. It's massive. And KSI is the founder. Yes, Vinny?
Sorry, this is probably not, no one asked, but I think boxing is fucking boring, and that's why influencer boxing is so good. I think MMA is quite fun, but I think boxing. I think it's a bit dull, to be honest. It's just kind of the same thing over and over and over again.
It's been ruined. It's been ruined, like how, I don't know. It's like ruined how like La Liga have ruined La Liga by everything has become. They did
so
things
sterile.
In the moment, made it much more lucrative, like creating a load of different belts, so you can have like a million different title fights every fucking day. Because that's the thing. There's 4 world title belts across 6 main divisions, weight classes.
More than 6.
What's that?
More than 6 weight divisions. It's like
no, but the main ones, like the big ones. You've got like heavyweight, cruiser, middleweight, featherweight, bantamweight,
welterweight, middleweight.
Yeah, I don't know. There's about 6 or 7 of the main ones that people tune in for, and people tend to like go up and down between them. But like, what they were like, there used to be one title, world title. There was just the world title. You just won it.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of different promotions were like, what if we make one? So now there's like 4, 5 kind of. There's like even more cropping up. So and then fighters go to one. So like Fury only has one belt. And he's never going to fight another guy because he doesn't want to lose his belt. And it's fucking stupid. So, like, in the moment, it made loads of sense. Everyone could make way more money because you could put a title fight on every other fucking weekend because there's like a billion different world champions. But now no one gives a shit because no one's really the world champion. If you've got 4 belts swanning around,
you might
none
have
of
4
them are
world
really
champions.
it's stupid. And
it's just been watered down. Like, promoters will deliberately not put certain fighters together on the basis that, they don't want so and so to lose because then no one will watch them next time, so they won't make enough money. Whereas, like, back in the 90s, 2000s, like, just boxing was way better back in the day. I think you would find boxing fights from like the 80s, 90s way more exciting to watch than if you just watch them on YouTube than you would if you watched one nowadays. But
I think what also helps like influencer boxing being way more interesting is the fact that a lot of the times there's actual narratives to it. Whereas I feel like professional boxing, it's kind of maybe a bit faked, the narratives, whatever narratives they have. They're like, yeah, fuck you, I hate you. But really they're just like, but game sees game. We're professional athletes, top of our game. We don't have any 100%. Beef towards each other. This is just on the cameras. Whereas,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas I feel like a lot of influencers, they will step into the ring maybe because of an actual grudge. I mean, not all of the time. I mean, but like I think some of the times, and those are the actual really exciting things. So I think more often than not, people really just want to see a storyline. They want to see a narrative, and that's what makes certain fights so exciting.
And that's what made it so big in the first place. KSI had an actual grudge with Logan Paul. He's specifically said, I fucking hate him. I want to beat him up. And then people want to see that hatred genuinely come out.
It's a storyline,
and that's why it's so big. It's exactly. It's a storyline, and like it makes the stakes quite high because it's about genuine pride rather than this guy's a decent boxer in his actual sport. It's like actual, like I don't know, like getting one over somebody that you don't like. But KSI started it all, and he is the founder of the company Misfits Boxing, which run these massive events with the genuine streaming service that Stream Boxing run by Eddie Hearn, DAZN. And so far, what we've got with KSI, he's massive in YouTube. He's fucking massive in music, and he's completely taken over boxing, one of the biggest sports in the entire world. But my last point is a quick one to sum up, because it's pretty self-explanatory, this last little nugget about why KSI is the GOAT. The last thing that makes KSI the king, and remember objectivity, is Prime. 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 In my opinion, it does taste a bit shit. I'm not a big fan of the drink per se. I have met somebody told me the other day they absolutely love it and they buy it every time they go to the corner shop. And you know him, Vinny, Seb. So,
Seb. Is it Mark?
Ed. Yeah.
Ed Morgan.
How do you know that about Ed? I don't even know that about
He
Ed.
said it to us when we were watching the football the other day.
Oh, right.
He was like, I like Prime. It's always like £1 and I get there and I like it. Like lemon lime, I love it.
Oh, yeah. I was there. Yeah. Okay, fair.
There you go. So, but I think it tastes a bit shit. It's a bit overpriced. But holy fucking shit, has it taken over the world? Partnered with rival turned best friend and business partner, Logan Paul. That's right. They fucking made up. They became friends. They became business partners. Now they're like best buds. They made Prime.
Mate, he's scum.
Prime has become the fastest selling soft drink in human history, having already sold its 1 billionth bottle last week. Prime Pandemonium absolutely took over the UK when it was released. I can't remember when it was, last year, early this sometime. You've got parents in the middle aisle of Lidl fist fighting over a bottle of fucking Prime for their kids. They're kicking the shit out of each other. It's exactly like Jingle All the Way.
But
like, imagine that. Imagine that. These 50, middle-aged blokes, whatever, big fucking skinheads. They ain't got a fucking clue who KSI is. They're fist fighting another dad in the middle section of Aldi over a drink made by a YouTuber who they now know by name because their kid keeps banging on about, oh, Dad, I got to get Prime, mate. And he goes and knocks out some other geezer for 5 bottles of it. Think how fucking massive and mad that is that people know who KSI is because of that.
It's insane.
It's insane. And Prime is now officially the official drinks partner of... Now remember, no other drink company has these kind of partners like this. Prime is the official drinks partner of Arsenal FC, Bayern Munich FC, Barcelona FC, Erling Haaland, Ashley Lehman, the entire UFC. The UFC as a company is sponsored by Prime, and they've some random ice hockey player I've never fucking heard of. But that is fucking mental. Like, it's taken over the planet. They've got some of the biggest... Barcelona's one of the top 2 biggest football clubs in the entire world. Bayern Munich's in the top 5, and Arsenal's in like the top 15. Yeah. Erling Haaland is one of the biggest football stars on the planet, and the fucking UFC and Ashley Lehman's like one of the biggest players. They're just massive, enormous. Like, it's literally taken over. Like, KSI, objectively, is one of the biggest names around. And his influence stretched far and wide in every aspect. Everybody knows who he is. Little kids, fucking their dads. He's massive. And he came from YouTube and a Halo clan. He's easily the greatest internet personality of all time. Done.
Cool.
Interesting. I have to say, you didn't. I was a bit shooketh at first when you said it. But I have to say, I had to give you your credit, and you did make me. What's the word? I came round for it. I'm not eating my words. I haven't eaten.
Stop your hatred.
Yes. Like, how do I say it?
Well, no, you can actually hate him. I'm fine with you hating him.
That's the thing.
But he's still massive.
I'm not going to say, yeah, that's it. I fully accept what you're saying, and not just like objectively, but almost subjectively, he is massive. Like, there is no way of denying the. And I'd kind of, when you said it, I was just thinking about KSI, the guy who does star jumps in the ring and kicks the board when he loses and is a bit of a dickhead. But then when you remember that
he can be a dickhead.
Yeah, when you remember that's his show. The boxing is his show. The Prime is his drink. It's an impressive empire that he's built. And
everyone's trying to do a Prime now.
Oh yeah,
like everyone's trying to do, like, Red Bull and Monster have been energy drinks for decades, right? But no one ever else wanted to like tap into that market. It's like pointless. Prime comes along. Now all of a sudden, Rubicon have got an energy drink. Lucozade have got an energy drink. Iron Brew have Iron Brew energy.
Prime's
Everything is like diversified like that.
Yeah,
they have a Prime energy drink as well. They have the hydration and the energy drink.
I thought it was just like an electrolyte drink, like Lucozade or Powerade.
No, they have 2. So all of these like electrolyte companies are now trying to make like an energy version, like Lucozade. Like, we can get a bit of Prime money.
There was definitely a lot of energy drinks before Prime. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, remember like those cheap knockoff ones? Like there's like Kick, like Emerge. I mean, there's like Fire.
There's all of them.
Yeah.
Like celebrity energy drinks. Like, I'd say it's more
that's
impressive.
They've always been
like,
around.
Tyson Fury has his own one. I think.
Tyson Fury brought out his own like Prime thing. Tyson Fury brought out like, it's called like Fury. It's like his own thing. It's got like a little. And like some of them have logos and designs like exactly. They're colourful. They have like all the same colours. It's almost like that is blatant copyright. Paddy the Baddie's got one. Yeah.
And that was like a Prime knockoff. Like, it looked like Prime.
It's exactly. So it's got like the white text. It's got the same fonts.
You can't argue with it. Yeah. And I do like. There's bits of it that I kind of. I don't know. Like, it's difficult because obviously you kind of end up buying into people's hype, and like. There's also a bit of me that doesn't really like KSI because I think he is quite fake, and I think like because I know people who he went to school with, and he went to school in a very posh school, private school.
He went to
he's not, and he acts like he's from the streets and the way he talks and stuff. I find that a little bit fake, but who am I to judge? Mate, you know,
Yeah.
I don't
Well, you
know.
are the judge.
Like,
So you are
Yeah,
the
I
one
am
to
the judge.
But here's the thing. I would say 90% of celebrities when they're on camera and doing their thing are probably fake to some extent.
That's a
yeah,
great
and also
stat. Where'd you
I have
get
to
that
say as
from?
well.
Because you have a personality, don't you? You have something. I think
Yeah.
I think that's almost a good thing. It's probably sobering for them that they can be a more exaggerated version of themselves off camera, and then when no one's looking, they can actually genuinely be themselves. I think a lot of celebrities are like that, which is
Yeah,
good for
definitely.
them.
And it is a weird one. Like, I don't know. It's an odd one, that whole like having a personality thing, because like I think to a degree, like even doing this show, like we all say stuff and do stuff that like sometimes we all set up a joke, like we'll say something stupid that know is stupid because you're kind of setting up the joke, you're setting up the humor and stuff like that, and so like we're all kind of putting on a front to a degree. Like, you know, I wasn't really angry about the Sherlock Holmes thing. That was just
You were.
I was
Yeah, you
That
were.
Fuming. Still are. Still
Stop
are
trying to
fuming.
fucking beat around
3
that
weeks
bush, man.
later.
fucking tilted, mate. I was fuming.
Still are.
When I listened back to that edit, I was like, I am so genuinely angry listening to it. Like,
When I listened to when I listened to the episode just on release, I was like, "Fuck, we maybe shouldn't have gone in as so like hard on Seb. He seems like he's gonna cry."
Mate,
I was-
cry. It's great for views. It's great for content. I want to see you
wrong.
cry.
Cry.
I want to see you have a fucking mental breakdown. I want to bully you so hard. You
Throw your cat
contemplate
out
your
the
life.
window.
the screenshot.
Throw your iPad out the window, Seb. Sherlock Holmes with like a big cross out.
But yeah. No, I think you've got a point, and
Yeah.
that's the thing with the cat. All I can say right now is you've got a point. Fair enough. It is a good point. He is a megastar. He is,
He's become like a full-on celebrity at this point.
yeah. And I think
He
like,
was on Top Gear recently.
yeah, and he's also done what a lot.
That's the
of,
barometer for when you've made it. Are you on Top Gear? Admittedly, it was new shit Top Gear, but
Still
you know,
Top Gear, yeah.
he's still
they're
he's still on
they're not
Top Gear.
making that anymore, are they? After they mangled Freddie Flintoff.
Thank God, it was
What?
fucking rubbish. They should have canned it when the proper lads left. It was
Have you seen
fucking
Freddie
shit.
Flintoff's face now?
They
It didn't
mangled
look that bad.
Are you joking?
I saw a picture
What
and he
did
was
they
just
do?
a bit bruised.
What do they do?
Didn't he crash at like 30 mile an hour?
No, he crashed at like fucking 150 mile an hour with no helmet on. Like ripped his face off.
Oh, why did he do that?
What, on Top Gear?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
quite bad.
shit.
If you listen to the report on it, it's quite bad. Like they kind of encouraged him to do a stunt that he wasn't comfortable with, and then like they encouraged him not to wear a helmet. It's not good. That's
Oh,
why they
God.
cancelled it. Like it was like quite bad.
Didn't even know they
Um,
cancelled it. Haven't watched
yeah,
it in
yeah.
a really long time now.
They haven't 100% cancelled.
I didn't think it was that bad. It's only a few little scrapes and bruises.
Yeah, but
He's got like a hat on, like sunglasses
Also,
on. This is
more-
definitely weeks after. Like,
no. That's like a year after.
yeah, exactly.
He hasn't. That's the first appearance he made in a year. He's been having plastic surgery for like 12 months. They had to reconstruct his whole face.
Oh yeah, he has got a new nose. To be fair, his nose obviously came off.
Everything.
What's his name? Freddie Flintoff.
Like, he's got like a hung lip as well. Like I watched a video of him talking. He talks like he's had a stroke. But he's
Oh yeah, he
really
was driving an open top 3-wheeled Morgan Super 3 at 130 when it flipped and slid along the track. Oh yeah, if it was open topped, he should have been wearing. Oh, he was wearing a helmet.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
He's still got that mangled. Damn. Must go
Yeah, it was
fast.
real bad. It was real bad.
But you had to wait 45 minutes for the helicopter to arrive. You would think there would be a helicopter on site.
They've got a lot of money, but I don't know if they've got helicopter on every site kind of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Well, I've got his autograph anyway, so
Okay.
That's good.
yeah. Probably not anymore.
Oh,
I had
and,
a little
cricket.
mini bat.
Yeah, a little cricket.
little cricket bat.
Yeah.
Anyway, look.
Sorry, could I just quickly run and get a beer? I'm running dry.
Yes, you may run.
Yeah, that's why you got to
Cheers,
always bring two.
Yeah, I
why you
should've
got to
brought
double
two,
fist it,
man.
mate.
Yeah. I'm glad that you love KSI. Seb.
Oh, no,
let's
no,
just,
no, no,
let's
no, no,
just
no,
say
no,
to the
no,
audience
no,
now
no,
that
no.
now you love KSI.
I don't love KSI.
What if you crown him as the GOAT?
Won't mean I love him.
But the words KSI is the greatest internet personality of all time will come out of your mouth.
Well, that's where you got to be careful because there's a big difference between greatest and biggest.
Not necessarily.
Well, but there could be. So if Vinny picks someone who I just prefer more as a person, I could very well pick them.
No, because they're not the greatest personality.
Greatest
You've
and
never heard of
biggest
them.
aren't the same thing. Like,
No, Seb, remember objectivity. Remember Prime,
this isn't
boxing.
This
It
isn't
has to
an
be
objective
objective.
show. No, it doesn't. It's a subjective show. That's the whole
No,
point.
it's not. No, it's not, because you didn't pick Gandalf as the greatest magician.
Do you mean?
If you're being objective, like, can Dynamo actually do magic?
Exactly. So that's me.
Can
not
Dynamo
being
actually do
objective.
magic?
That's me not being objective. So I'm
No,
not
because-
being objective.
Being objective would be to say Gandalf is a better magician than
Yeah, and I
Dynamo,
didn't
because
do
Dynamo
that.
can't do.
Yeah, and I didn't do
Vinny
that.
picked Dynamo as the greatest magician.
Yeah, exactly. So we didn't do that. So if you're saying we've been subjective, we previously haven't been subjective ever.
No.
Because
You've been objective. That's when you should be objective now. This is an objective show.
yeah, but we've
Objectively,
never
Gandalf
It's
is a
not-
better.
Yeah, and we didn't pick him, so clearly it's not an objective show.
Yeah, but it should be. That's what I'm saying. It's fucking bullshit. You gotta pick KSI.
I don't.
Maybe this is a giant troll by me. I'm not doing my case any good here.
Have you
getting
already
you to
said
say.
that I've won?
No.
No,
um,
I'm just trying to trick Seb into saying he loves KSI.
but I didn't. It was.
Why don't you like him?
What's there to like?
I mean, I'm quite ambivalent towards
That's a
it.
dislike.
honestly. I would say I'm ambivalent. I'm just sort of like, yeah.
I'm
If I saw it on the street,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. He's the sort of person, and I've seen, because the Sidemen Studios is near the park that I go for depression walks in at lunchtime. I've seen Mini Minter, Cal Freezy, and
Easy.
and who's the other, Chris MD. I've seen them all go for a jog around the park at various times. They're the sort of people who I go, oh yeah, but I'm neither. I don't go, I fucking hate him, but nor do I go, I should go and say something because I'm a big fan.
It's
They're
very
just like,
neutral.
Chris, no, you should. Chris MD is a fucking great. He's cool. I like Chris MD.
Yeah, I like him.
You'd like him.
He seems alright.
but again, it's just ambivalence. It's just like,
Yeah. I like
not
him,
gonna
but I'm
hate
not.
KSI.
I'm
I'm not stop him while he's going for a jog and be like, oh
Yeah.
mate,
You hate KSI. Why are you being so
don't
nice
hate
to him now? You do.
I don't.
Why did
hate
you go? Oh, are you joking when I said KSI? there?
because I think it's a bit of a meme pick. I don't know, like if it's, but then I remembered all the stuff. All I was thinking about is him fucking coming out in a Lamborghini. He's
That's a banger.
It's not a banger.
He's
He's
probably
like,
the first YouTuber to buy a Lamborghini.
I don't know if that's true.
He's the first YouTuber to buy a Lamborghini and make a video about a Lamborghini and a fully fledged song about a Lamborghini that went onto the chart.
he's probably the only one.
Yeah, what? What a niche.
I remember when Ali A bought an Audi R8. That was a long time ago. That was like I used to watch
Lamborghini,
Ali
though,
A
isn't it?
back in the day.
Yeah.
It's the same, it is a Lamborghini. That is the thing. It actually is a Lamborghini. It's just a Lamborghini with a different shell on it. It's the same engine, same insides, same drivetrain, same gearbox.
No, it's not.
It is.
R8's not 12. No, it's not 12 cylinder. It's a V10.
Well, I think it's a
Yeah,
V8.
yeah.
Actually.
No, it's a V10. Audi R8 V10.
There's definitely an Audi 8 R8 V12. 100%. I know there is.
Fuck it. I can't remember
Anyway,
anyway.
look,
It doesn't matter. Nothing to do with internet.
The point is, there's a middle bit.
Oh, yeah.
So thanks for listening. There's a middle bit. I don't know how to transition to that. I'll just do some different transitions. Yeah, that was a really good, interesting pick. You made some good points. Made
Thanks.
some bad points. Made me
I
hard.
love KSI. You love KSI?
But the most important thing is we've got a middle bit now. As you will know from the text exchange we had earlier, this middle bit
Yeah.
is quite freshly birthed.
I didn't think we had one.
We didn't, and then we did because I had an idea. Because I messaged Vinny about Shane Dawson doing blackface, and I thought there's something in that. So
No, I don't know where this is going.
this game is called Any Publicity is Good Publicity. It's a mixture between sort of reverse pointless and TMZ. So here's what's happened. I've opened Google Trends. I've opened Google Trends up, right?
Okay.
And we've got 3 rounds, and every round you're going to take in turns. Vinny will go first, giving his pick first because you went first more. And basically, you're going to give me a name, so it can be 2 words or the name of a channel, or like for instance, like KSI is just 1 word.
Right.
KSI or Logan Paul, you can have 2 words if it's that, followed by another word that relates to a controversy. So, for instance,
So I would say like PewDiePie.
Yes.
Bridge incident, yeah.
Yeah, the bridge incident.
Bridge
Not.
No, you don't say the N word, Michael. Needless to say, and I think we might have to cut this out.
Of course, I wouldn't.
At no point is Michael going to say the N word.
No one's going to say the other. We're not as bad as PewDiePie.
We're not as bad as PewDiePie. No. So yeah,
I understand.
You might say like, yeah, Shane Dawson, blackface.
Right.
PewDiePie,
KSI, sexual harassment.
Exactly. So you
harassed.
well, you can only use one word. So if you were
really.
being clever, you'd have to use rape. But I don't like that.
She said he was accused of sexual harassment from this model on camera, but she came out and said, no, I asked him to do it, gave full consent. It's not sexual harassment. And they were still like, well, no, we think it is. And she was like, no, it's not. I said, yes, do it, film it, it'd be funny.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, that was years ago. He like motorboated.
He motorboated this woman, yeah.
But he did ask. It was fine. It was just nonsense. Anyway,
Yeah, that's
look.
weird.
Here's the thing. Now, if you can't remember, if you think, oh, Mr. Beast, he's probably done something awful at some point, but you can't
Peter.
remember what, you can just say the name and the word controversy, but you only get half a point if it's the winner.
Okay.
Right.
Okay? So you can, that to me, that's a bit of an easy cop out.
Get out.
Now, it's whoever's spiked highest. So it's not whoever's is highest right now, it's whoever spiked the highest when it happened. So, like,
Right.
if PewDiePie's bridge incident spiked higher than Shane Dawson doing blackface, PewDiePie would be the winner. And then it's like a conversion in rugby. You can get an extra point if you can tell me the year that the spike happened.
Okay.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Let's just do it.
Sort of.
Let's just do
Okay,
it.
so
Yeah.
Vinny, can you give me the name of an internet personality and followed by a word that relates to a controversy, please?
Oh, so I just straight up just give you a controversial
Yeah.
thing.
You say like you got to think of an influencer and then think of their of something
I
that
don't
was
fucking know
controversial.
influencers, man. I don't.
Well, anyone, a YouTuber?
Right, let me think. I mean, I could just go with PewDiePie bridge incident. Bridge incident.
PewDiePie Bridge. That's fine. That's
go with that.
you're
Let's
more
go with
than PewDiePie. No, that's it. Give me a sec. I've just changed the DPI on my mouse. Oh, disaster. PewDiePie Bridge. This is riveting content, I tell you. PewDiePie Bridge versus Michael. What are you going for?
Oh, I had one in my head then, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, I remember when that happened, but I forgot what it was.
Oh, we're doing global, by the way, not just UK.
Who was the guy who done the... Oh, you talked about him. He done the fucking... scamming thing. The CSGO scam thing.
Oh,
There's a few of them, weren't there?
the
Forget
main
who the
one
biggest
was.
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
what was his name?
I think I know, but I'm not going to say.
Tell
Tell me what his name is, because I know who it is.
What was his name? It was CSGO
Syndicate.
Lotto. And
Was
it's
it
the
Syndicate?
Syndicate.
Tom Syndicate. Yeah, I thought it might have been, yeah.
So what you said? What name are you giving him?
Well, he's known as Syndicate, isn't he?
Yeah. So do you want to say that?
Syndicate and Scam. Oh, I just thought of a great one.
So what is it? Whoever's the more controversial.
It's not even close. Yeah, Vinny, you've absolutely smashed it there.
So I
There's
win.
not actually.
So I win
Yeah.
because it's more popular.
Yeah, you win
Yeah.
because more people searched for it.
Okay, that's how the game works. Cool.
Okay.
And then I
Can
get
I
an
go
extra
first
point.
now?
I get an extra point if I tell you the year.
Yeah.
The year the spike happened, not necessarily the year that the controversy happened.
Okay, but I'm gonna assume it's probably the same year. Probably. I think it was 2016. I'm going to 2016.
What's really interesting is the first spike of PewDiePie Bridge happened in August 2020, which to
What?
me seems more recent. And the biggest spike,
That was way long ago.
give me a sec.
Damn. 2020.
Yeah, August 2020.
God.
And the biggest spike, weirdly, was in June of this year.
Oh.
What?
Who knows why? Sometimes things just
trying to get
get
pre-cancelled.
back up.
Yeah,
You'd
maybe
never
like
know.
a big like YouTuber or Twitch streamer just mentioned it, and so people just looked
Yeah.
it up. Don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, that's how the game works.
Okay.
It's very captivating for a listening audience.
Cool.
Okay.
I know how it works now.
Morg, you go first
Okay.
next.
Easy one that I
Yeah.
forgot. Logan Paul
gonna do that one.
Suicide Forest.
It's gonna fucking do that
No,
one.
you can only have one word. You can only have one word. Forest or suicide?
No, because you had PewDiePie bridge incident.
No, I
Well,
said bridge.
I just said bridge. Yeah.
Suicide.
How do you spell
Logan Paul
suicide?
Mate, you
Surely
think
that
about
would come
it every
up.
day. You should know how to
Suicide
spell it.
Forest.
Google it. Not a weirdo.
Is that bad?
No, it's funny, mate. Don't worry.
Okay, fuck. Oh, that's hard because that's gonna be that's maybe unless there's like a big one I'm forgetting.
I know.
That's gonna be like the biggest one.
All of a sudden, I was like, "Oh shit, yeah."
Yeah,
I think that could have competed with bridge.
Yeah, I think
think-
that and bridge were probably the two, maybe the two biggest. So yeah, let's think. I'm gonna go with iDubbbz simp.
I love it. I love it.
did he
that
do?
was fucking funny.
What did he
So-
do?
Okay, so Mork, for any of those who are uninitiated with iDubbbz simp, so do you know the YouTuber iDubbbz?
Vaguely, yes.
Yeah, so he basically his girlfriend, I think now wife, this girl called Anicia, and she is an OnlyFans model. I think that maybe is her biggest sort of revenue. And obviously, if someone's girlfriend is an OnlyFans model, people on the internet are going to be like, right, you're a cuck, you're a simp. But what made it so much worse, and he's a fucking idiot for this, is he made a YouTube video addressing this, and the whole time he was red as a tomato, clearly very embarrassed about the whole situation, and it made it so much worse.
Just ignore it.
Really,
Yeah,
it's a
just-
really bad take from him because he doesn't normally do stuff like that as well. Like normally he's very has his hat on with that. So it's like he's very successfully avoided controversy for quite a while, and then somehow just tripped on the lowest hurdle. It was
did
like, just
not-
don't get involved.
You should not have got involved. It made it so much worse.
I know, bizarre. Anyway, needless to say, unfortunately, while iDubbbz simp does have a small peak, Logan Paul suicide is just on a different
Huge.
level.
Is it bigger than? Do you know if it's bigger than PewDiePie Bridge?
Yeah, I'll check in a second. But first, Michael, for an extra point, can you tell me what year that happened?
I know that they fought in 2018 because I put it in my research. I researched it because they fought Joe Weller the year before. But would he have? And I know also that he fought Logan Paul after the Forest thing because that's why everyone hated Logan Paul. But did he do it in the same year that they fought, or would it have been the year before? I'm gonna say 2017 because that's probably when he would have called him out. And that is when he would have called him out based on that video, I reckon. So 2017.
It was January 2018. Unfortunately, you were wrong.
Fuck, so
Also,
close.
PewDiePie Bridge, again, doesn't even scratch the fucking surface. Not even close. Not even close. I mean, it was probably one of the biggest news stories ever.
Out there.
Of that. Not ever, but of the biggest, like 9/11. No,
Trump's 9/11.
the biggest news
There's a
story.
guy in the street. Do you remember 9/11? No, but didn't that guy go into a forest once?
What's mental is that iDubbbz simp actually peaked higher than PewDiePie Bridge,
Wow.
Wow.
which goes to show how the
Really?
internet thinks, doesn't it? Well, no, it peaked higher when it happened. The most recent PewDiePie Bridge searching is really high for some reason. I don't know why. But the actual
People always trying to go back
incident-
and cancel, aren't they?
It makes me laugh that it was more controversial when iDubbbz's girlfriend was an OnlyFans model than when PewDiePie said the fucking N-word. I mean,
That's why that shouldn't be controversial. That is
just says
girlfriend's
everything.
model.
about the internet.
Just because
Like,
Yeah,
I
that
love
does.
the idea that people are like, you can't be a simp, but
you
say
can be
the N-word.
racist. You can't be a
Yes.
simp though.
Anyway, round 3, the final round.
Is Trump
Vinny,
an is Trump an influencer? Because I want to say Trump wall.
No, he's got to be an internet person.
Yeah,
surely.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of everyone who's ever done an apology video. That's how I got the Logan Paul one. I was like, oh yeah, he did an apology.
All the big ones are going to be from the last like 5 years. Is the thing. I have to think of like fresh incidents that were just fucking.
I can't think of any. All I can think is the Fine Bros, and that's not going to be very good. And I can't really even remember what they did. Oh no, they tried to copyright the term "react." That was what they did.
That's it. Yeah. Oh my god.
That was it. That was mental. That was one of those. Yeah, fucking hell. And they just could not put that fire out. They just could not.
Because they went back down. They were like, well. It was like, bruv, no, you can't fucking do that. Can I go first, or does Vinny have to go first?
No, Vinny has to go first. Can I just say as well? I'll give you a get out here. You can use previously mentioned answers, but just not. You can use the same person, but not the same controversy. Because PewDiePie's been cancelled more than once.
That's Logan Paul.
Yeah. I think PewDiePie.
Could I just say PewDiePie Nazi?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yes, you can.
Okay, PewDiePie Nazi.
I literally. Sorry, I gave you a bit of a hint there, but this is like. I feel like this is a semi-game, but semi just like quite interesting. So we're just kind of.
Yeah.
I think Nazi will fucking smash because that had like a Wall Street Journal article.
Now, I'm gonna say. So I know there's a streamer recently because I saw someone do a video on it recently called XQC, and he's big.
He's huge, fucking huge.
He's probably the biggest streamer in the world, is he?
Yeah,
and
I think
he was doing some bad stuff to do with, like.
Can he remember what it was?
I know what it was. I'm just trying to think how I would put that into a word. He was basically watching people's video, like reacting to people's videos, but just playing the whole video and just getting up and walking away from his computer and just letting the video play. But what would you call that as a controversy?
Remember,
what would you call that?
Streamers do that all the time. Is that a controversy? Like, that's a lot of streamers do that type of stuff. Like,
because it was like not original content. He wasn't making his because he was uploading those videos to YouTube.
That was it. He was uploading the videos.
He was uploading them.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So he was
uploading like XQC reacts videos to YouTube, but it was just taken from his live stream, the whole thing where he would just get up.
Yeah.
They would just play the whole video. What's that called? Like content stealing or something? Where you just
Oh, I know of a really big one that happened very, very.
I'll just say controversy.
But yeah,
you're going to go for the half point. I mean,
because I can't think what the word would be.
XQC con.
Have you heard about the stuff with Sniper Wolf and
Sniper Wolf?
Yeah,
I was going to say.
Yeah,
I was going to say Sniper Wolf doxing.
That stuff's mad. Yeah.
She's been weird. She's one of them ones that like.
I don't know who any of these people are. I just see them on thumbnails and people saying this person did a bad thing, and I'm like, really?
Ages, but I can't quite work out like what it is she does. Like she's just been kind of like around.
She just reacts and streams to people, doesn't she?
She used to be like play COD and just like do voiceovers, but like basically it turned out it was actually her husband who'd play COD, and then she would just do a voiceover pretending she was playing COD. And now what she does is literally just react to TikTok videos in the most lazy way possible, hence the recent controversy. And by the way, she's got over 30 million subs, which is probably why I thought KSI would have more than 24.
More. Yeah.
She has 30, and she's fucking useless. Like, what is her content? It's barely content.
I watched The Act Man. The Act Man's a good YouTuber, and he did a video on it where basically he found clips of her basically saying like, oh, wow. Like, as that was her face cam, like, oh wow, and the clip that was playing was like not even playing, and he was like, she can't actually be reacting to that live because that's playing and she's reacting. That doesn't make sense. So basically, she just sits there and records a bunch of video clips going, ooh, and then an editor actually doesn't even watch the clip she's reacting to. The editor just sticks it on top. It's fucking horrendous.
But needless to say, unfortunately, XQC controversy didn't even come close. The Nazi controversy is enormous. But Vinny, for the bonus point, which would that bring you on par with? No, you'd be a point behind Michael, but we can deal with that. What year would you say that happened?
Hang on, aren't I 1 point ahead of Mork?
Are you?
He's won one. I've won two now. And we haven't gotten any conversions yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
You won too, did you?
Yeah, I won the last one. Remember the bridge? Oh no, I didn't win the bridge.
No, you didn't win the bridge. Mork won Logan Paul suicide, and what was the other one?
No, I did win bridge. I did win bridge.
Yeah, you did win Bridge.
I did win bridge.
Bridge was versus what was Bridge against?
The fucking syndicate scam.
Oh yeah, you've got one. Mork has one. You're on two now. Correct.
Okay.
Play for the
This
conversion.
should be the last one, really, because I can't
say-
think of any more, and we're an hour and five, so this is to win it, I reckon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 2020 just because you said 2020 for the bridge incident, and I actually can't remember where the fuck it happened anymore. If it wasn't 2016,
2017.
2017. Why is it
Damn,
2020 then?
right.
Why did bridge fucking spike in 2020?
Because
what the
they
fuck?
like the cancel people like to go back in the past and use fucking
Yeah, but
the
he was already
DeLorean to
he
get
was already
forwards.
cancelled. It's not like
The
he
bridge- the
tweeted
bridge- no, the
lol
bridge
gay
happened.
people like 13 years ago.
Bridge happened after the Nazi. The bridge happened
Yeah,
after
yeah.
the Nazi.
What? I thought it was the whole wrapped up in the same thing.
No. He did bridge, then N-word. No, he did Nazi. The Nazi thing was bullshit. Then N-word, and then the Christchurch tutor said subscribe to PewDiePie before he killed all those people.
What?
Oh yeah,
Oh my.
because it was during the subscribe to PewDiePie versus T-Series thing, and PewDiePie came out and said, "Look, just because he said that doesn't mean he's anything to do with me. He's just a cunt. He's just doing this, blah blah blah."
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him because there's nothing
I
to
feel
do with
really
him
bad for him because
whatsoever.
it's nothing to do with
Has
him.
nothing to do with yeah, he fucked PewDiePie with that one.
Fucking prick.
Now, what I have to say is Mork and Vinny, for the draw, Mork,
Yeah.
I'm going to clash two titans against each other.
Okay.
What would you say is bigger? PewDiePie Nazi or Logan Paul suicide?
Logan Paul suicide.
Logan Paul's suicide.
Yeah, fucking miles bigger.
Yeah.
Vinny, you win. It's not even close. It's literally not even close.
No.
On the scale, when you put PewDiePie Nazi and Logan Paul suicide together, PewDiePie Nazi registers as a 2 out of 100, and Logan Paul Nazi is off the scale. It's literally, it is off the scale. It's 100 out of 100. It's the highest it could be.
Jesus,
Nice.
man. Crazy.
Anyway, look, that was the end of this wildly exciting new feature called Any Publicity is Good Publicity, where we remember all the horrible things that our favourite internet personalities have done. Maybe one day someone will be searching Michael Blackface, and we can all look back and
No,
laugh.
because I wouldn't do blackface. It was not something I would
Whiteface.
ever do.
No,
It's
he'd
much
do-
more
he'd do
likely.
Asian face.
Based on actual evidence, it's much more likely that they would do Sebek pedo.
Right, well, that was the new hit segment, All Publicity is Good Publicity. We'll make no funny comments about which one of us will be in that feature later, because it goes down a dark path. Now, but what I'm most interested to hear about is not some more bloody nonsense controversies. Who cares about people saying the N-word anyway, right? No, come on. Why have I said that? Cut that out.
Anyway.
No. Look, what I really want to hear about, because I don't really care about some bloody nonsense controversies, although some of them were real bad and we should really respect that. But no,
Nice,
the serious thing I want to hear about is Vinny, I've got a question for you. Who do you think's the greatest internet personality of all time?
I think it's
It's
you,
a great
mate.
question. No, not a
I've
fucking chance.
but unfortunately,
he's
I've
the
written-
biggest nonce.
none.
I've written a whole script about someone else, so I'm gonna have to read that out.
Oh. Chin up, Chudders.
instead. Shudders.
You never heard Chin up, Chudley?
No.
Yes, you would have. We went to the same school. You'd have heard fucking Chin up, Chudley.
I wasn't in a year though.
Yeah, but mate, I was told Chin up, Chudley about 15 times a day. It just go around like this. You just. Do you remember that? Vinny, did you have this in your head? Neat. Neat. Neat.
Mate, you're fucked in the head. I don't know how you're talking about.
Chin up,
Anyway.
Chudley. Neat.
Right.
Like,
Let's
oh, mate, you're playing football at lunch. Neat.
kick Mort from the call. I don't know where the fuck he's chatting.
Oh, dear.
Okay, I'm ready.
Right. Come on, V-Dog.
Over the past 10 years or so, anytime there's a newsworthy incident involving gun violence, I'm going somewhere with this, don't worry, the same name will pop up each and every time. He's been known as the Candyman, the Ghost of Kiev, and even as identified school shooter. But despite what others call him, his true name, I'm going to lose this so bad, by the way, the name that gets incorrectly reported by news stations all over America after any mass tragedy is Sam Hyde. Who is Sam Hyde? Well, Sam Hyde.
So what you're saying is if there's a school shooting, they incorrectly say that Sam Hyde did it, but you're saying Sam Hyde's the greatest incident.
Okay, right. I'll just basically, before I've even talked about Sam Hyde, okay, we'll have to address this. So
I think so.
There's a long.
Can I just ask you a quick question?
Go.
What the fuck is going on?
There's a long-running joke with Sam Hyde's fans, and I don't think it's anything to do with actual Sam Hyde. It's just his fans, where anytime there's like any mass shooting, anything like tragedy, or whether it's like the Ghost of Kiev thing, people like his fans will feed news stations his name, Sam Hyde's name, and pictures of Sam Hyde and say like, this is the guy behind it. And there's actual compilations of like news teams saying like, we've identified this shooter as local man Sam Hyde, and it'll be like a picture of Sam Hyde holding like an AK-47. And every time that happens,
off of his fans,
and every time that happens, all the comments in like the articles or the YouTube videos are just his fans going, he can't keep getting away with it.
Oh my god, that's like the ultimate troll. That's so bad. Trolling such a tragedy is bad.
No, because they're trolling the news publications. They're basically saying like, if they're stupid enough to believe this and not fact check the fact that it's definitely not this guy, then they're
because it's been this guy 15 times in a row. Yeah,
like the joke's on them, not on. I don't think it's at all on the tragedy. It's on people reporting the tragedy.
You've said it. Yeah.
Anyway, who is Sam Hyde?
Fine line.
Anyway, who is Sam Hyde?
Sam Hyde is an American comedian, master troll, and one of the most wacky and hilarious internet personalities I've ever seen. Over the past couple weeks, I have genuinely immersed myself in as much of his content as I possibly can, and after all of that, I'm still kind of unsure as to who he even is as a person. But I think the best way to start is at the beginning. So, Sam Hyde got his start on YouTube, producing strange and surreal comedy videos with his sketch comedy troupe called $1 Million Extreme, or MDE for short. The group consisted of Sam and his two friends, Nick and Charles, and they would basically do anything from like bizarre monologues recorded from Sam's phone to surreal sketches aiming to poke fun at the world around them. But Sam and his friends had bigger ambitions than low-budget YouTube videos, and in 2013, they decided to play a little goof on the famous media organization TED Talks, which you probably have heard of. It's very, very big, obviously.
Yeah. TED, yeah.
Sam wanted to prove that anyone could deliver whatever TED Talk that they wanted, no matter how incorrect or ridiculous the content was. So, donning a Roman legionnaire chest plate, he delivered a TEDx talk to the Drexel University with the title 2070 Paradigm Shift. In this talk, he would arrive sweaty and out of breath, take some randomer's water bottle to cool himself down with, and then proceed to deliver the most ridiculous and intangible speech I've ever heard anyone deliver to a stage, on a stage to an audience. The most incredible thing about this whole thing is that nobody stopped him. He was given a full 15 minutes to chat the biggest load of bollocks about everything and nothing, and he was just given a free pass to do so.
Have you got any quotes, any clips? Give us a line. You must know a line.
Well, I did watch it.
What was that one
day.
where he throws the thing on the floor?
What,
we're gonna kill him.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe the funniest bit was just when he's like, what does he say? He's like, what in 2070, like in the future, what are we not going to have? And he said like the elderly and the disabled. Because we're just gonna kill them, and just like throws his, just like an over the top gesture, and then he says it again.
Imagine going to that tone, like, oh, that's paradigm shift. That sounds good. And this guy's just like, "Cause we're gonna kill them." Yeah, so good.
It's really funny because throughout, like, he'll say something hilarious, and then he'll put like the piece of paper with all his notes on his face, so he like doesn't break character.
Doesn't laugh.
Like, because he's like,
Yeah, because he's trolling.
Yeah, because he's trying so hard to just like stay in this character, this ridiculous character.
Yeah.
And although afterwards he was part of that day's TEDx Q&A, and he was asked just one question: "What message would you like us to take away from your talk?" Sam replied with the most genuine thing he would say up on that stage: "Nothing. It's just a bunch of crap." Sam Hyde, along with MDE, would do a few more of these kind of strange public talks at colleges and university lecture theatres, all with the same irreverent and chaotic vibe to them. These talks would go kind of semi-viral, along with their other content on YouTube, and would catch the attention of other content creators. These creators being some pretty famous YouTubers nowadays, and they would all swear that Sam Hyde, as well as, you know, his comedy troupe MDE, were a massive inspiration to their content. And just to name drop some of these people, we've got Max Mofo, Does Anything for Views, shouts to iDubbbz, talking about him earlier, H3H3, and even Filthy Frank, or as he's known nowadays, Joji. In fact, some of these people 1000% just straight up ripped off Sam Hyde's content. Like Filthy Frank 100% ripped off one of the... I mean, I showed you that video, the you remember like the Filthy Frank Pimp My Wheelchair video? If you ever watched that. Yeah, like that's a complete rip-off of a World Peace sketch that Sam Hyde did, which we watched together the other day, Mork.
Hang on, so that wasn't called Pimp My Wheelchair? The one that we watched wasn't called Pimp My Wheelchair, because it was kind of about that.
No.
Right.
But it's
that was Sam Hyde, the one that we watched. Yeah.
But it's basically the exact same video that Filthy Frank would make like a year later or 2 years later.
Because that was fucking brilliant. Like, that's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen. He's like, "You tell that bitch that your monster cock is hungry." And he's like,
Yeah, he's like really like timidly saying like, my monster dick is hungry. She looks so unamused.
She's like, "No." And then the video just cuts. It just ends. There's no outro. There's no, it just ends. It's so good.
But Sam wanted more than the internet. He wanted his very own TV show. And in 2015, it was announced that MDE would have their very own sketch comedy show on Adult Swim. It was titled MDE Present World Peace. And whilst only producing 6 episodes for Adult Swim, it premiered to an audience of over 1 million people. It's actually quite a lot for TV, I feel. And even got similar ratings to the popular show, The Eric Andre Show. I feel like it's big for maybe Adult Swim. I don't know.
Adult Swim is a small network, yeah.
Yeah, like 1 million's quite big for like Adult Swim. But yeah,
America and UK is different as well. And 1 million in the UK is fucking massive because only 50 million.
Yeah,
but 1 million in America with 300 million, slightly different, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it literally had pretty much the exact same ratings to The Eric Andre Show at the time, which is pretty crazy. And it was even touted as the show that could even rival Adult Swim's extremely beloved program, Tim and Eric. Awesome show, great job. But sadly, World Peace's extreme and offensive humor, as well as Sam Hyde's real-life controversies, not only got the show cancelled before a second season could be in the works, but it also got Sam Hyde blacklisted from the industry entirely.
Oh, what did he do?
Do you want me to go into this?
Yeah.
Is this were you going to go into it, or?
It's a bit complicated. There's a lot of moving parts. So if you want me to go into it,
sum it up in a sentence.
Because honestly, I couldn't really fathom exactly what happened. And I think until like today, I finally sort of pieced together everything because there's a lot of things. So basically, the main thing is, at the time, I think it was like the guy who ran Adult Swim, this guy called like something Laszlo, second name Laszlo, he made a really sexist comment when I think a journalist asked him like why there weren't any female writers at Adult Swim, and he said something like women shouldn't be in the writing room, something really bad like that, basically.
Right, yeah.
And so Adult Swim were in a lot of hot shit at that time. And then this journalist from BuzzFeed essentially wrote a hit piece on
BuzzFeed.
Wrote a hit piece on World Peace, the sketch show, saying that basically the title was something crazy like the alt-right have their very own TV show and it's airing on Adult Swim, and it's basically
God.
because it's like Sam Hyde, as you know, he's very offensive, very like edgy, very like extreme, and that's his sort of comedy stylings. And so like someone basically saw that and were like, right, he's definitely like the alt-right, which I think is kind of ridiculous.
A stretch.
I think it's a bit of a jump, but essentially Adult Swim sort of saw that article, and even though it didn't get many clicks, but they saw that article and they were like, let's just nip this in the bud before it becomes a thing, and we have
because they're already dealing with their own fire.
That's the thing, and so they basically just was like, let's just cut it off. He's blacklisted. He's completely blacklisted.
Well, that's kind of good, because I thought it was going to be something genuinely bad, but it seems like maybe he was a little bit of a victim of cancel culture.
I think in a way, but I also think Sam didn't help himself, because that same journalist would later then get, like, he would call Sam up for an interview, and Sam Hyde thought it'd be really funny. To be fair, it's quite a funny video, but he thought it'd be really funny to just record himself having this interview over the phone with this journalist, and the whole time just take the absolute piss out of him and not really give him any answers. And the journalent got fucking really angry. It's really funny, but like,
he's a journalist.
He didn't help himself. He definitely didn't help himself.
He could have come out and defend himself with logic and facts and be like, this is utter bollocks, don't read this.
Yeah, I do comedy, I don't do political stuff, but he kind of... The thing about Sam Hyde is he's a master troll. He's sort of perpetually in this character that he likes to do, and because he is kind of always comedy. And I'm gonna... Sorry, could I also just go off on a weird tangent here? But... So, like... For example, like... Eric Andre, when I first found out about the Eric Andre show, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was the greatest thing I'd ever seen. So unbelievably funny. And part of what made it funny was just not knowing what's real and what's not real.
Yeah, definitely. Agree.
And around that time, I'd watch a lot of Eric Andre interviews, and he didn't seem real. He would always be in character no matter what. And that's... I found it incredibly charming and endearing, and found it really funny, really entertaining. But as the Eric Andre show got really, really big, and Eric Andre, I feel like became maybe even an A-list celebrity. I feel like he's pretty mainstream now.
Yeah, it was on Jackass.
And this is the thing, when he's on Jackass, he's so candid and genuine that it kind of ruined a lot. It ruined his character for me, because now it's like, oh, he is just playing a character 100%.
Now you know the real him.
At all. Yeah, he's actually a regular dude. He's actually just a regular dude.
It'd be like if the only exposure to like Sacha Baron Cohen you ever knew was Ali G. You never ever saw an interview with him not as Ali G. You only knew him as Ali G.
Yeah.
So you were like, Ali G's not real. But he's never not... I've never seen anything to oppose that argument. And like you said, I feel like you were going to say that with Sam Hyde, that you said you were trawling through... You've been immersing yourself in his work, and you still don't know who he is.
Yeah.
As if you're going to say, he never puts his like, Sacha Baron Cohen out there. He's always Ali G.
Yeah, and like, it's not like he's... mad. Like, I've seen a lot of his stream, and he's not just sat there, like, just fucking screaming, like, constantly in the stream.
Bloody murder.
But like, there are a lot of things he does and says where you're like, I feel like it's a joke. I don't know, but that's sort of
I can't tell.
That's part of the fun.
Yes.
I find that quite fun to just be like, because it's almost
I agree.
genuine.
The mystery,
the craziness,
because you're trying to scratch the surface. Like, this can't be real. He can't be really like this. Like, surely when you get him on his own, he's just like, all right, mate, yeah, good, yeah. How are you? How's the kids? Yeah,
yeah. Which makes us,
and
like,
it's that intrigue, that interest that you just keep looking for more shit to figure out if it's really as crazy as it seems. Yeah, I totally agree with you. That fascination.
And I think it just makes him so much more funny, like way more funny than if it was like, okay, now I'm being the character and everything I say is not actually what I think. Because then it's like, I don't know, it ruins a lot of the comedy for me when people have to point out, by the way, I'm joking here. Okay,
I agree. Yeah.
I also
had the same thing with Eric Andre. I didn't know. I was exactly the same boat as you. So I think you showed him to me, and I was like,
this guy's not real.
Yeah, and Hannibal as well. I was like, is he like that all the time? And I would just look up so many interviews, and I was just constantly trying to find that one clip where he's like, "You all right, mate? Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, it's all a joke." But I couldn't find it, and I was like, "Fucking hell!"
Yeah,
it's funny what you say about like the joke. Like when you have to say something's a joke, it kind of
ruins it.
It ruins
totally ruins it.
It's funny that because I also think. Sorry, I'm yawning. I also think that when you say stuff like that, it's so obvious that you've like lost your touch, because it should be not clear that it's a joke, but it should have to not be said. And like, I for instance, I was watching like a clip of Ricky Gervais being like his latest stand-up thing, and he's like, "Oh, you know, this is just a joke, right?" He goes like, "This is just a joke," and then he says the joke, and it's like, "Oh, you know, don't cancel people now because you don't know what you'll be cancelled for in the future." Like he's like, I didn't realise that 5 years ago, if I said I don't think women have penises, I would be cancelled. And it's like, just saying, "Oh, it's a joke," guys, and then saying something that's actually, I don't know if it's even a particularly well constructed joke, or it's kind of like your opinion, or it's like clearly it's like on the line, like you're kind of making a statement. I get a bit bored of that shit. Like, if someone's going to say something controversial, just fucking say it, and don't qualify it. Just say it, and then just have it as like, it's the joke. The joke is you. Your whole act is a joke. Whereas once you start,
people are scared though. I think people are. We're going on a lot of tangents, but people are kind of a little bit backed into the corner. Like Sam Hyde, he didn't defend himself when that BuzzFeed article came out and said he's alt-right. But what you're saying, so he did what you're saying. He stuck to it, and he didn't come out and say it's a joke. And the repercussion wasn't that people kind of got over it, and he stuck to it, and he did the right thing. He was cancelled and blacklisted.
That's true.
That's why they come out and say this is a joke, because that's where comedy's gone. Unfortunately, they do genuinely feel like they have to come out and say it's a joke, because otherwise, if I don't say that, I'm going to get fucking ruined. And I think in Ricky Gervais' circumstance, I think sometimes he satiricizes that a little bit. He knows he's too big to be cancelled. He can literally say anything. But yeah, regardless, they come out and say it's a joke because they kind of have to. They're backed into a corner sometimes.
But I think that's sort of what helps Sam Hyde nowadays, is the fact that
maybe now,
he's already blacklisted. Like, you can't cancel someone who's been blacklisted from the industry. Like, what are you gonna do? Who cares? Like, at that point, like, he has.
What are you gonna do now?
So he's just gonna carry on doing this character, and it's very, very fucking funny, and I love it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Back on course now.
Sam Hyde, he's been blacklisted from the industry entirely, but this didn't stop him at all. He would embrace his too hot for TV look and would venture back into the internet to produce more of his hilarious content than he would produce before World Peace, but this time with a bit more of a budget. And this was sort of the dark ages of his story, where the world kind of believed he'd fallen off and sort of become a bit of a has-been, like a what if. But it just so happened that one of the YouTubers who was heavily inspired by Hyde's comedic style was also going through a little change in direction. Ian, better known as iDubbbz, shout out to iDubbbz again.
The simp. Fucking simp.
Shout out to simps. Started finding success on the website by making Gonzo-style documentaries about strange and quirky characters that he found on YouTube. And he'd already made a couple at this point already, and they'd garnered millions and millions of views in both documentaries.
Didn't he make one like like Jake Paul is the worst person in the world, but the entire video was about rice gum and didn't even feature Jake Paul once, and that's how he got massive.
That was before his like that was like when he was doing like Content Cop, which was like his like takedown videos. The documentaries he did.
I'm not familiar with iDubbbz lore, I'm afraid.
You know, have you seen like Airsoft Fatty?
No.
Yeah, that's his most popular one.
And then there's also the one with like Dax. You know, Dax, you know Dax Flame?
Yeah,
No.
Dax Flame.
Oh,
He's a great personality. So I think Dax Flame's a fucking 10 out of 10 internet personality.
He's great.
It's so funny. He's another one
You're
where it's
getting
like
too deep for me now.
He's another
like
one
the spider's web.
It's impossible to understand whether he's joking or not, and that's what makes it so captivating.
Well, that's
A little bit like I feel like badly. I don't like him as a personality, but I show Speeds like that nowadays.
Oh yeah, I show Speed's very much like that. He's become his personality now.
Yeah, like I can't imagine that bloke being like, all right, mate, yeah, Sam. But he's got to be, surely, because he can't be like that all the time, because that's not a real person.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so iDubbbz had made a couple already of these Gonzo-style documentaries, and now he would decide he would hunt down where Sam Hyde lived, and he would live with him for a couple weeks and document this strange and elusive person to try and get to the bottom of who Sam Hyde really was. Sam Hyde, being the master troll that he is, decided to play a little goof on iDubbbz.
Oh, sent him his address. Number 1, Taliban hideout, Afghanistan. He went and lived with Osama bin Laden for a year.
It's a bit more elaborate than that one.
What?
He would spend thousands of dollars hiring actors and a studio to gaslight iDubbbz into thinking he was in the rap game, amongst other insane things.
Oh shit!
Have you seen this, by the way, Seb?
I've not seen it, but I've seen references to it, and it's fucking mental.
So iDubbbz comes over, thinks he's meeting the genuine person. He's like, all right, and he's like, all right, mate, and he's very candid, and then he's like, oh, I'm glad you're here today because I got to go to the recording studio to do my latest rap song, but it's all a troll.
So yeah, he hires at this massive office and he hires loads of these people, and he's like, yeah, this is like all my people to make my videos. And the videos are like, they don't require a team of people, they require like 2 people.
That's so
most.
shit.
And they're just there like trying to rap and stuff. And yeah, it's a lot of things happen, and it's very, very funny. I recommend watching it. It's hard for me to describe exactly everything that went down without just it being. I could literally write an entire script about everything that went down in that documentary.
Right.
Did iDubbbz ever release his version of the documentary?
He did. Once Sam Hyde released his, and he was like, I don't get why he's not releasing his part. Then iDubbbz was like, okay, I guess I'll release my part. And yeah, it didn't make. I feel like iDubbbz didn't get off very well on that one. I feel like.
Oh really? Did he come across badly?
Yeah, there was a thing where like Sam was saying on his stream that one of his friends, like one of his crew that he was working with at the time, overheard iDubbbz in his car saying to himself, "I'm supposed to be the master puppeteer," as in like he's the one who's supposed to be like orchestrating what's happening, and Sam Hyde's ruining that because he's the one who's
ruining my video because he's being too crazy.
There's no way he said that. That's more Sam Hyde bullshit. There's no way he said that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I've started to believe
iDubbbz is a simp, man. He done the simp video.
I'm honestly starting to believe iDubbbz is a bit of a piece of shit, to be honest. I
think he's a bit of a tit, but I don't think he sat there and went, I'm supposed to be the master puppeteer.
He's a simp, bro.
Pinocchio.
Well, his other ones, documentaries, were like quite exploitative. Like they were just like, let's follow around these freaks and sort of laugh at them.
Oh yeah,
like absolutely. Like he's not.
I just don't think he said that. I'm sure he thought it.
I mean, I don't know. This is just what like one of Sam Hyde's crew said to him.
One of his backup rappers.
One of his backup rappers, yeah. But anyway, I'll just...
By the way, I've completely lost track of the fucking time. I meant to pause it earlier. I forgot. I don't know where we are.
I'm almost done. It's fine. I've only got 2 more pages. So I'll just read down... I'll just read some of the notes Sam Hyde wrote down in the Word doc he titled, quote, "The iDubbbz Gaslighting Document." So these, I mean, it's like fucking pages and pages of this gaslighting document. They go through it on his video, and it's so fucking funny, some of the stuff written on there. But anyway, so some of the notes say, so record a lot of bad rap music. One of us says we need to be about what we rap, implying that we should rob someone. Stage fight over who gets to use the alias Cream Boy. One song is entirely stolen Michael Jackson Human Nature lyrics. Buy a bunch of dead wasps.
Why?
Buy a load of Pokemon cards, brackets. Try to tell them what Pokemon is, as if it's like a new thing like crypto.
Have you heard of
Fill fridge with unbagged meat. And my favorite one is just, quote, women hate this one. Extremely powerful roundhouse kick.
Oh my god.
I see him by Master Troll. He thinks of everything, every detail.
Yeah.
He's not just like telling his mate like one little story of like, oh, by the way, this happened, and it didn't really. It's like to the fucking every detail fabricated fake just for the joke.
Yeah, just to like make it a really wacky, funny video to prank guy does.
That's
basically.
crazy.
And the best part about it is that Sam Hyde paid a girl, like an actor, to shave like most of her hair off, so she sort of has a half mullet on the back and just shaved hair on the front, so she just looks like a fucking something job. Pretend to be his girlfriend and also pretend to be this massive drug addict wreckhead, who's also like tries to hit on iDubbbz multiple times. And she fucking nails the performance so well. It makes iDubbbz visibly like uncomfortable. And distressed. And
he doesn't get it as a joke. He thinks it's a real person.
He's like actually like he said like afterwards that he was like, I was considering just not like stopping the documentary because I was really concerned about this girl. Like, genuinely concerned that like, because at this point he was like, Sam Hyde's definitely a maniac. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is happening? He's definitely a maniac. This is all real. His girlfriend's like off the deep end. She needs help. And he like would, in the documentary, he would ask like 3 days later, you know, after the first 3 days, he would ask Sam Hyde like, are you gonna do anything to help her? And Sam Hyde's like, well, I'm not, considering she's an actor that I paid to pretend to be my girlfriend and like pretend to be a drug addict. And he's just like, no, you didn't.
No.
He's so in disbelief.
Oh my god.
He got so bad. Like, she fucking nails the performance. It's so fucking good.
So
like,
does he do like a big reveal in his video of being like, we got you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like only the first like 3 or 4 days where like all the gaslighting happens, and the rest of it is like him just hanging out with iDubbbz, like doing random shit.
And do they kind of, are they mates after that, or does Ian take it like badly? Because I'm so basically, sorry if I look a bit confused. I've been kind of trying to work out what the fuck's going on. By like, I typed in Reddit out of the loop Sam Hyde iDubbbz, and I thought I could just like briefly skim a paragraph.
Nope.
There's like a multi-page document defining just this one incident. I don't know how you do it, Vinny. I don't know how you find these pockets of internet that are so deep and yet I've never fucking heard of.
That's because
I know how, and you know how he does it. And I'll tell you how.
What does that mean?
Like,
you just do it.
I think it's just
I don't understand it. I don't understand how you find these people. This is insane.
I think because I'm just like kind of terminally always online, and so I absorb a lot of internet culture through this type of shit.
He gets it. He just gets it. Like, I would be fucking useless. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But I can laugh along to it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see this video just so I can lol at it. But then at the back of my mind, I could be like, I want to understand all the lore. Yeah. And I'm going to try and deep dive it, and I'm going to get overwhelmed, and I'm going to stop. I'm going to constantly think about how I was overwhelmed and didn't resolve my research.
yeah, right. But anyway...
You've really put me in a difficult position here.
I haven't finished. I'm almost done.
Oh, fucking hell.
So this documentary would be the catalyst to reignite Sam Hyde's presence on the internet. I said mainstream. I feel like he's I don't know. I don't know what internet mainstream is nowadays, because apparently if you're not getting 3 trillion likes every second, then you're not famous on the internet.
Mainstream.
I don't understand this. But anyway, he's, in my opinion, been firing nothing but 10 out of 10s ever since, with his most recent internet show, Fish Tank Live, being genuinely perhaps the most engrossing and entertaining thing I've ever seen on YouTube, maybe ever. And I've genuinely been obsessed with that show for the past week. Like,
Fish Tank Live.
Bad amounts of obsessed. To put it really quickly, it's essentially Big Brother if it were way more insane, and it's on the internet and everyone just watches it live 24/7. It's all cammed up, all mic'd up. They can't leave the house.
So it's like a lot.
It's insane. It's fucking insane.
Is it going on now?
No, it ended like a few months ago, but they're just now releasing like the edited episodes, like the proper proper episodes essentially. But the second season comes out, and like I think they're going to start filming like a couple months. And I'm so
What's
ready.
the channel from? Is it called Fish Tank?
Yeah, maybe Fish Tank Live or something like that.
There's a Jabroni, and then there's Fish Tank Live.
I think
There's just Fish
Jabroni
Tank.
did like a recap of the whole thing. But anyway, I could talk about all of these stunts and pranks that Sam Hyde's played for Jeff and still plays for, I actually think, hours. I've been so obsessed with them recently. But I do have to conclude it, and I will conclude it right now, Seb. So don't get too mad at me. So Sam Hyde is someone whose comedy stylings were born from internet humor. He's been at the cutting edge of that niche ever since he started, and 1,000,000,000% influenced an entire generation of content creators on YouTube. I don't think I can stress this enough. I don't think Filthy Frank would be Filthy Frank without Sam Hyde. I think genuinely he's extremely important to that sort of
Subsect of the internet.
kind of edgy, offensive stuff that was really big before YouTube really started clamping down on that shit.
Yeah.
He truly doesn't care what people think of him, whether good or bad.
He's based.
He's very based. And in my opinion, his entire personality encapsulates the internet perfectly. He is the Candyman. He is the Ghost of Kiev. He is Sam motherfucking Hyde, the greatest internet personality of all time.
And he can't keep getting away with it.
And he can't keep getting away with it!
Seb, I just want to remind you, because I feel like Vinny talked for a long time, and unfortunately, I just want to remind you that I did pick KSI. You did Prime, the boxing, blah, blah, just in case you forgot.
Don't, because I know what lays in front of me. I see the choices clearly. You don't have to make it any more clear than it already is.
Just because recency, because Vinny's was good.
Yeah, I was
Can I
talking
just
for a
say
while.
this
Sorry about
applies
that.
to both of you equally? Oh, you fuck.
You've done it again.
You can't keep getting
You've
away.
made it a difficult call.
Because, look, let me just creak my chair. Here's the thing. On the one hand, you can't deny KSI's impact, his legacy, his
knowledge,
his knowledge,
His integrity.
his strength, and his integrity.
Halo Clan.
And his
He's
British
British.
telecoms.
his telecoms.
I love
But-
that.
You fucks. Because here's the thing. The Sam Hyde thing, I'm going to say now, is very much, very, 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 very much at the edge of what I can find funny. And that's not to say that other people can't find it funny. I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum. But for me, whether he instills this or not, having a fan group that effectively, I don't know what the word is, gaslights the media into thinking that he's a mass shooter, that is on the edge of my humor because
I don't want to help. Hang on, I don't want to help Vinny here, but do you know that Sam Hyde is the guy who done that? I smoked the green herb, the sticky herb, it grow in the earth. That's the same guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that's the same guy.
Okay, so Sam Hyde wins.
I didn't want to help him, but I just wanted just so your head was clear. That was all.
Also, have you seen that video where he's like, I'm a swell guy, I'm a down to earth guy, I'm a cool guy. Then I get a little sugar in me.
Yeah.
And start to go a little wacko, a little cuckoo.
So here's the
fucking
thing.
kills me.
Yeah. It's on the edge. It's on the edge. Like I that stuff's funny. I smoked the herb. It is the herb, and then he kicks the fan. Is genuinely that's obviously hilarious.
My green sticky.
That is
sticky.
That's what I was just. The only point I'm trying to make is you do find him funny.
But I find bits of him funny. But like the mass shooting thing, that's a bit much for me.
That's not him.
That's
That
not
isn't
him.
actually him. To be fair, his fans are pretty horrific. Like, I will agree, his fans can be pretty horrific. I'm not a big fan of his fans, but he I think he's very funny.
It's like KSI. He doesn't encourage middle-aged blokes to punch each other in Aldi, does he?
Or PewDiePie with that mass shooter.
Fair.
Exactly. You have to.
The difficult thing is here's the thing. KSI is YouTube incarnate. And Sam Hyde is
The
4chan incarnate.
Yeah.
Like that
he
is
is
what they
4chan
are.
humor. He's very 4chan humor.
4chan incarnate, and that is difficult for me because, like, again, this is such a fucking long episode for. I didn't even know what an internet personality was, and we're 2 hours in.
Well, now you do.
The trouble is, like, I
might have to get rid of the game, Seb.
Wow, fuck it. I really respect the, like, 4chan, we can say whatever we want, we can do whatever we want, the internet's the internet. If I want to cyberbully a fucking 8-year-old into shoving something in their bum, that's my choice. And it's
Chris
like...
Chan was like an adult, actually.
But, well, maybe, like, if I want to cyberbully someone into sexually exploiting themselves on the internet, that's my decision. And if they want to do it, that's their decision. And this is the fucking internet, man. You don't get to tell me what to do.
All right, Seb, that's your opinion. But
I'm going to say that Sam Hyde doesn't reflect those opinions. He's never done any of that. I'm just going to put my hands on the table.
Okay, all right. But no, I respect 4chan. Yeah, I cut that out because I don't respect 4chan. That's weird. I'm very tired. I'm very tired.
The 4chan right here.
But no, I respect 4chan's, like, we can say what we want, we can do what we want within, like, not even within reason, within, like, they push things to the very edge of, like, what is morally appropriate, like, like, what we all as humans decide is the line. And even sometimes then they cross it. And, like, it's difficult because I don't know which way to go with it. Do you go with someone who is objectively has made the most out of internet fame more than anyone, other than maybe like pop stars and musicians like, you know, Justin Bieber, I guess you could say.
Justin Bieber,
he started out on the internet. Arctic Monkeys.
He started out. He didn't stay on the internet. I was thinking about those guys, but I don't think they're internet personalities because as soon as they could, they dropped the internet.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well,
so I don't think they're internet personalities.
Well, I would say that maybe the Smoking Gun, because I think KSI, like I said earlier, I think he's just a straight up celebrity at this point. He's not even an internet celebrity. Like, he's transcended. He performs at Reading now. Like,
true, he does his music there, but he's still on YouTube every single week.
With the Sidemen, not his own stuff. Like, he's now more known as just a regular ass celebrity now. Like, he sort of transcended the internet. Whereas I'd say Sam Hyde is kind of, well, sort of forced to be on the internet because he's been blacklisted. but still.
Yeah, I understand.
It's difficult. It's such a fucking fuck you guys. I think
you just wish I'd pick Gandalf. Every week you're like, I hope Mork fucking picks Gandalf so I can just say Vinny wins.
I'm really stumped. Well,
you gotta pick, mate. Time's fucking running out.
Do you know what? It's the Gadget Herb video. That's what swayed it. I think Sam Hyde wins. I think I think, Vinny, you made a really good point, and I think I want to encourage more good points at the end. I think sometimes we just do our little bits and then we go over to you. But I like it when you go for each other a little bit. Unfortunately,
hang on, no, he's actually serious. You're actually doing this serious now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Michael, you didn't have the eye of the tiger. You didn't.
He's gone. He's out of there.
He's gone. Okay, well, I guess I'll just wrap up without him. This was a difficult choice. It was not an easy choice, but I think, Vinny, you were right with what you said. I don't think KSI is still going. Oh, he's back.
They finished?
What I was just saying was, I think, unfortunately, Vinny made a very good point right there at the end, which swayed me, which is that I don't think KSI is an internet personality anymore. And I think we said personality, not celebrity. We didn't say who's the most famous. We said, in my mind, I think Sam Hyde encompasses more of the internet. He is more internety. He is more of an internet figure. Whereas everything you said that was positive about KSI, which there is a lot to say, and I know I said he was a dickwad, but I do think he's a very shrewd businessman. I think he's probably a very nice guy. But those things were not based on the internet. They were based on, it's really impressive that he's sold an energy drink because he's transferred over into real life. Like, he's selling a commodity, not commodity, but it is a kind of, he's selling a commodity. He's selling a good. He's no longer just selling. It's not like he's selling merch. He's launched a brand. The boxing thing again, really clever, really clever. But
just pick the school shooter.
Well, he's not a school shooter, is he? That's the thing, and also that video is really funny. And I haven't laughed.
You're picking it because of ganja sticky herb, smoke the herb, smoke the LPR.
I haven't.
It's not even that funny. Like, when you actually think about it, it's not even that funny.
Mate,
I haven't laughed at something. I haven't laughed at something KSI's done since I was 14.
Mate, that's not objectivity, bruv. What about Prime? 1 billion. As Sam Hyde sold 1 billion bottles of anything. No.
But that's not what makes you a great internet personality.
I'm done with this shit.
If we were talking about the greatest businessman, I might have a, you might
Bill Gates, mate.
But
or Dre.
I think.
As Sherlock said,
don't you fucking rub salt in my wounds, you little cunt.
As Sherlock Holmes said,
that the famous detective, not superhero, as we categorically say.
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
You didn't say that.
No, he didn't. No, as Sherlock said.
Can't remember because Sherlock Holmes isn't very important.
Look, as Sherlock Holmes said, thanks for listening to this episode of Goats.
I told you. No, I told you.
What? What did you tell him?
I told you he'd fucking hate KSI, I don't know, mate.
Well, then why'd you pick him?
Because he's the best. This was all a ruse. I was just trying to get you to say KSI's the greatest internet person, so you love KSI.
You fucking failed, didn't you?
Oh, I hate KSI.
This is the thing.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Well, don't do that.
Well done, Seth.
I think he's a bit of a knob, and
yeah, he's a bit of a knob.
I think Sam Hyde's a massive knob, but that video was really funny.
No, he is funny. Vinny was showing me like the wheelchair thing and like.
I was showing you a few of his stuff.
Right,
because we're gonna kill him, and it was funny.
We're gonna kill him.
Before we end this, right, this episode show, when was Vinny showing you that?
The other day.
You were looking at houseboats.
Yeah. Well, it was Sunday, I think, maybe. Yeah, it was Sunday.
Yeah.
Have you been hanging out without me?
Oh my god, you're the third man now. Holy shit, it was before it was
What do you mean?
But now it's you.
But
get yourself in the cum goblins and promote me.
Hang on. But did you hang out in IRL or did you just hang out on Discord?
No.
Discord, mate. Discord.
Have you guys hung out without me recently?
In Discord? No. I haven't seen Morgan. Actually, I haven't seen you in ages, to be fair. It's been a while. Oh no, it's when we went to the pub in Exeter and I got quite drunk because you kept on making me drink more because you were like, "This is the one time a year I get to go to the pub.
I remember
I'm
that.
gonna make this fucking worthwhile. Get another pint, Vinny." So, okay.
I remember that. I remember being there for that.
Mate, no one fucking invited you.
Exactly.
Wrap this episode up. We're so far that you don't need to have this
I
conversation.
invite you both to everything I do.
I'm seeing you next weekend. Twice, 2 days in a row.
You guys see each other way more than I see you guys.
Yeah, also, Vinny, why aren't you coming to the cabin? Your limp dick excuse if there's been too many people.
Bro, it just looks like it could fit 3 people at max. I don't know. I don't know.
It can't. It can fit loads, mate. It'd be cozy. Anyway, we need to wrap this episode up. Look, as Sherlock Holmes once said, thank you very much for listening to this episode of Goats. Sorry it's 3.5 hours long, but it turns out there's a lot to chat about people on the internet who have done silly stuff.
Yeah.
You know, fucking listen to the old episodes, listen to the new ones. Don't say any of us did a school shooting. And
Don't gaslight us.
don't gaslight us. Don't gaslight anyone. Just try and be nice to people.
That's really funny.
Just try your best.
Yeah, but we're not nice to each other, and
But
that's
we are nice
that's
to
our
each
way of
other.
showing affection. Seb, you're the biggest cunt I've ever met.
Fuck off, Mork.
I'm
that means
really
I love
tired.
you.
That means I love you.
I'm tired, Robbie. I'm tired, Robbie.
And on that note, I think it's probably
Bye.
best we end this show.
Love you, bye.
Love you very much. Goodbye.
Love you,
Besides
bye.
the real girl, love you, bye.